Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to a brand new episode of Table Talk Podcast, aka the Takeaway Tables Podcast. I'm Ming, and joined by myself is also Ming. What am I speaking? I have bad English today, but it's all right because it's a brand new week, and a brand new week means you can make mistakes all over again, and no one's gonna scold you.
Okay.
That's what a brand new week means. With us this brand new week, we've got the cute queen. Some know her as the goddess of beauty. Some know her as the empress.
Okay.
But you know, enough of me talking. Why don't you introduce yourself to us? Hi, who are you? What's your name? What do you do?
Hi everybody, this is cute queen Tata, and I'm a video content creator. Also a queen.
She might
also a nuishan.
She might or might not have paid us to call her a cute queen, but you know we'll leave that to your imagination. Tata, how are you? What have you been up to?
Working from home. But for this, I actually moved myself to the office just to shoot this video.
Hey,
for you all.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes.
When's the last time you went
to
your office?
The dedication is so good.
Hey.
Yeah, man. I set up this sofa, you know.
Hey, set up. You built from scratch. I saw the tools at the back there. Oh, you painted it red colours or more. Not bad. We appreciate it. Oh my goodness.
恭喜發財啊！
恭喜發財！
What啊兄啊！
Thank you. How have you been? How was your Chinese New Year, everybody? Let's start with Tata, obviously.
Chinese New Year. This is actually my first time not being able to go back to my hometown to celebrate with my family, and that sucks. I know many people experience the same thing.
Right.
So since I can't go back home, but I'm staying here with one of my sisters.
Oh, okay.
So I had to cook some Chinese New Year meal.
How was it?
I don't cook one, okay? I hate cooking, man.
I see.
That was my first time. First time cooking this year will also be the last time I'm cooking.
Don't say like this.
So, you know, it's like your cooking is like Chinese New Year, only one time 1 year, is it?
Yes. I actually, we only rested for 2 days.
Right.
Actually, honestly, there isn't any Chinese New Year vibe at all this year for me.
Right.
I didn't even decorate my house. I was working on Choyat also.
You don't even paste one of those thing. You didn't even like one hanging.
No.
The free gift from all the hamper never just paste on the wall.
Never.
No wonder today your chest so red.
When you're in the hometown, do you usually decorate your house nice, red?
My parents would do. My house is like the the temple like that.
Walao.
I love it.
No wonder.
Okay.
I guess.
Yeah. What about you guys?
Oh, I was just going to say, no wonder today your chair and your lipstick is so red So you're just making up for all the deco.
You see Tata's lips today. If you guys are not watching the podcast on YouTube, can you please go to YouTube right now? Tata, can you just show us these amazing luscious red lips? Hey, control, sister. Wait, oh my god.
No, you guys have to control.
I'm fine. Sorry.
If you guys if you're a single boy right now, Tata
I put so much effort just for this,
I know. Wow.
I put on lipstick.
The lips look like the red abalone. The abalone. How all the boys want to eat the red abalone.
What is red abalone?
Since when you have red abalone?
Since I saw your lips, that's when we saw the red abalone. That's all. Okay.
Goodness.
Moving forward.
Okay. For us, Chinese New Year was very quiet this year, but I always tell people Ming and I have mentioned before as well, it's not like our Chinese New Year is very heng all the time. Our Chinese New Year has always been quiet because we have a small family here, and this year wasn't any much of a difference. I think usually on Choyat, like the first day, we would go to visit like one house. So this year we didn't visit that one house. So didn't really do much. But it's good. I think it's good and quiet.
Yeah, because for us, for Chinese families, sometimes this thing happen It's called your grandparents pass away already. So usually when your grandparents pass away, there's no house to visit anymore So that's why
our grandparents
less one house.
冇了，
啱啊，
沒有了，
啱，係。
AKA gone, AKA check out forever.
Also, Chinese New Year was never like a huge thing for your family.
No.
I mean, it is, I guess, maybe, but just like
it is
not that big also
We don't want to sound like sound like the horrible relatives, online, but because Ming and I cannot speak Chinese, right? it's a very different experience for us, you know, for Chinese New Year.
I'm trying to
It's
change
not
my branding already. I'm trying to speak more Chinese nowadays. Yeah. I want people to recognize me as a native Chinese speaker.
Maybe you try.
Okay.
Maybe you try.
Okay.
大家好，我是 Ming, and today, okay.
Okay.
谢谢，
谢谢，谢谢，
谢谢你尝试。
是的，中国啊。Okay.
Speaking of 中国,
But-
Tata, we saw the new SOPs. How are you feeling about the new SOPs?
SOPs. You read about the one where they say you can dine in the restaurant
Correct. Yeah.
without
More than 2 people can.
the 2 packs. Yes. I was like, is this the best situation where you have to give us back our freedom? That was my first thought.
Correct.
I was
And
like,
it's
okay.
not just the dinner, right? You can now sit in a car more than 2 people. You can now travel
Yes,
beyond
yes,
10 km.
yes. Yes.
And then also, I'm expecting maybe next week, interstate travel, maybe can open up.
Yes.
Also. So
Yes.
MCO
I'm
is
trying
a
to
state
understand
of mind.
the thought process. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I get the whole more than 2 people thing lah, but at this point, it really just feels like, you know, they're really kind of just making some stuff up as it goes. Cause like, what's the difference between like 2 people per table or 3 people per table, and then every table is full, and you still don't exercise any proper SOP outside. Like, I don't know. I think the country is really stuck between, do we save our health or do we save our economy at this point? But that is what it is. We got to keep going anyway. So.
This one every week or so we talk. Every week or so, this is my personal opinion. I think we are, because the vaccine is around the corner, we don't care anymore already. So it's like, hey, Malaysia boleh, let's hit 10,000. I think that's what we're trying to do. Who knows? But what I do know is today's topic is actually quite an interesting one, especially when I texted Tata earlier this week and said, hey sis, let's just jump on the podcast. And I've been wanting to get Tata on the podcast for a long time now. And so unfortunately,
you asked me a few times.
Yes, I have. And every time it's actually, oh, sorry, bro, this week busy. Yeah, I know you're hustling so hard, but okay, give some chance. Walao, this girl.
No, but this time, Ming Yu didn't even ask me whether I'm free or not. Just say, we're doing this. This Friday. I'm like, okay.
This Friday, you open your camera, we're shooting there.
Oh.
And then I'm like, then I asked, okay, what's the topic? Then he said, you don't ask first.
Yeah, correct.
I love it.
Okay.
This is how deep our friendship is now.
I tell you. But Tata, fast question. Do you like things that are planned or do you like spontaneous things?
Spontaneous of course.
Hey,
for me, spontaneous, always spontaneous.
I love it.
Then like the time we made you touch the hamster in our takeaway table video.
Right, correct.
So happy.
Hey, but that was, I gotta say something about that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I told your team, I said, I'm scared of animals.
Yes.
And they put a hamster.
Correct.
Thank you.
I don't know.
Thank you.
Maybe someone heard you say that you love animal. I think different.
Yeah, maybe. But thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. You should have said I'm scared of stones. Then maybe we put a stone inside there, But
yeah, correct.
To be honest,
now I know.
To be honest, at that point also, if you touch stone, I think you'll still scream. So what's the difference at this point,
Yeah, correct. You are right. Your thought process is correct.
I think we need to do another episode. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. I laughed so much.
This time we need to make the box life size, 5 by 5 feet. So we really don't know what's inside at this point. Okay, that's the plan for next time.
Yeah, can.
Okay, tell team.
Can.
Kata say can already. Let's do it.
Thank you. Today we are talking
thanks.
about today we're talking about a very interesting topic about who we are as people when we meet new friends and new environments, right? Who we are versus who you think we are always comes across more complicated because of the presence of social media, right?
Yeah.
Everything that we do is obviously put up on Instagram, on Facebook, and even if you're a content creator like us, 3 of us in this room, you will have people come up to you and recognize you for certain things that you've done or said or behaved, and they assume that that's who you are as a person. And Tata and I have had this conversation a lot when we text and even in real life. And even Ming Han is someone that we know. I mean, we've done this for so many years, right? How many times? Okay, I'm just going to throw out a general question. How many times have you been approached outside, whether it's by a complete stranger or maybe in a environment where you're meeting someone for the first time, and they'll be like, "Hey, I know you from this." But you've never met this person, or they'll be like, they'll say something about you, and they'll make a joke about a video that you've done before. Has that happened to both of you guys?
Tata, ladies first. What has it happened to you?
Right, I'm not that famous, but I actually also lost count.
Oh,
Since I think for you guys it's worse. Not sure if worse is the correct word.
I mean, you're not wrong.
Ever since
you're not wrong.
Yeah, ever since MGAG days lah.
Yeah,
correct. So it has been like for me it has been I think 4 to 5 years.
Ming, how about you?
Right.
I don't know about you guys, but for me, it's been like scary because I think only recently after a while, then it kind of sinks in, right? But at first, I don't know whether you guys feel the same way. At first, right, it was more scary than anything because when someone says, "Hey Ming, it's me," or "Hey Ming," I automatically assume that I've met you before and I somehow know you in my life, and I'm so scared that I forgot who you are, you know. So it was actually quite terrifying because everyone comes up like and just say like, "Ming!" I'm like, oh my gosh, are you my primary school friend, my secondary school friend? So I just like play along like, hey. And then, like,
don't reveal lah, Ming Han. Why are you revealing these secrets?
Oh, I mean, I'm past that lah. I'm really past that now. But for real, if you probably approached me in public, right? Any of y'all, I probably thought you were my primary school friend, and I really like forgot who is this for a while. But I think it's more scary when I get approached in the public toilet while I'm peeing, and then the guy asks me, "Hey, you want to take a picture?" I'm like,
yeah. I almost had a panic attack when that happened also. Seriously.
But it happened in the toilet
Yeah, it's for real. Tata, it's no joke. It's happened before. Like GSC toilet, really at the urinal, you know, not the cubicle one, you know.
The urinal, correct.
You know, like the urinal for guys, right? Is like a sacred place. You're not supposed to talk to each other, okay? Because it's so open. You're
not even supposed to make eye contact with the person next to you. They shouldn't be next to you. They should be one urinal away.
And the worst part is, if you're not peeing, you shouldn't be standing next to me, right?
Correct.
This guy comes up, stands in the urinal next to me, like, "Hey Ming, hey Ming." I'm like,
shit.
When you panic and then when you zip,
I mean, you're being pee. Hey, for guys, I don't know about girls, but for guys, right, it's very hard to stop peeing while you're already peeing. Okay,
it's too painful.
It's painful one. Okay, so I mid pee and this guy comes up and like, "Hey yo," I'm like, "Okay, let's take a picture." Oh my gosh. Number one, take a picture now. Number two, I don't know if he washed his hands or not, you know. So like, you know, but that's the scariest moment lah. But to be honest, I know I sound like I'm complaining about it. It's usually just very grateful after I figure out who you are, and I'm grateful for two things. Number one, thanks for watching our videos, and number two, I'm so grateful I didn't forget you, and I don't have memory loss. So that's the experience for me. Ming, what about you? What's your experience so far, like doing this kind of thing?
I mean, we've had some. I mean, at the peak of YouTube in Malaysia, the earlier days for us, it was pretty crazy, and I think nevertheless we were grateful for people who even watch our stuff. I think that just like, I need to say that first, right? But there were a couple of weird cases that people just come up to you and then, you know, there was one time I was like ordering food and someone just came and put their arm around my shoulder. I was like, oh, I guess it's my friend. I turned, I'm like, who is this? And I just smiled at the person. And then you don't know if they got it wrong or if I got it wrong, you know. That's the worst situation.
You know, have you been in that shoulder lock, right? The arm over the shoulder lock. And then there's like such a close embrace and both your eyes meet at that distance. And at that exact moment, you are like,
I don't know, I should kiss you.
Who the shit are you? You know?
There have been some crazy ones like Ming Han. Ming Han was, someone jumped onto Ming Han's back when we were waiting for a lift.
What?
I was in Taylor's uni and someone ran up and hugged me before, and I mean out of courtesy and politeness, I did hug back, and I was like, after we pulled apart, I was like, who is this? Sorry.
Oh my god. I think that's because you guys are guys, so they treat you like a bro, friend.
No, you need to understand. The person who jumped on my back was not a guy. Just saying.
It's a girl.
And these are college girls. So number one, I don't know whether minor or not minor. Number two, I'm very scared. Okay. So you understand more. Okay.
So I think what we're trying to get at is that, you know, like there is a familiarity that people tend to think they have with you because, you know, they've seen you on online. And I think maybe because we are not like celebrity level like Beyonce, right? Beyonce, like you wouldn't do that to Beyonce because Beyonce is like, oh my God, she's a celebrity, right?
Hey, you would never know.
Yeah, maybe. That's a bit crazy. But for us, I think maybe because we're not celebrities, we're just normal people who do this, right? It's easier to feel connected to us. And I feel like that's also the reason why I love doing what we do. Tata, what is something that you feel has, you know, people come up to you and, you know, they be like, hey, Tata, I want to, you know, they come up to you with such high energy and they make a joke and crack jokes at you. And then maybe for you to be like, whoa, that's actually, you know, not where I'm at right now. Like I'm serious, I need to get some work done, or I'm tired, I had a bad day. Have you had any of those experiences?
No, actually, when we are working, I feel like our followers, they are not that, they are quite sensitive to know that, okay, we shouldn't disturb her at this time, but that's okay. Every time when people approach us, it is always off working hours. So I remember there's this one group of people, right? I was lining up to eat in a restaurant. I was alone, okay? So, you know, when I'm alone, I just want to eat and chow lah. I don't really want to do small talks with anybody. So this one person, she came up to me and said, hey, oh my God, you are the auntie with the shower cap, right?
Oh my goodness.
Then I'm like, you know my face, right? If you have seen me in real life, you know my face is damn black one. Then I'm like, yeah. So I didn't even try to like be friendly, you know. I just say, oh yeah, that's me. And I was having a bad day.
Oh no.
So I say, oh yeah, that's me. And then she cannot read my face, you know. She's like, hey! Then she took the phone and then she recording a video and she said, hey, can you scold me? Can you scold me? Like how you scold me in the video, like auntie. Can you ask me to drink? Can you ask me to drink more water? Can you please?
Then
I say, I'm sorry. I say, oh, I'm sorry. I'm actually not feeling it. Then she's like, hey, don't walk steady lah, come lah. I want to show my friend.
Wow.
Then I say, you know what? Maybe not a video, but I can do a photo. Then she asked all her friends to come. Then we took a photo together. Then she's like,
oh my Lord.
Wow. She still tried, you know, after we took the photo, she still tried to like, hey, then now can we get a video?
Tata, I don't know about you, but if someone come up to me and ask me to scold them, wow.
What would you do?
Why not lah? You know, just it's like open invitation like that way. It's like scold me. I'm like, okay, please tell me what you want me to scold you about.
That actually made my mood even worse lah.
Yeah, I get it. Okay,
I think so, man.
I think before we go forward, right, I just want to say, like, even for this, we're having a conversation about how it feels to be like just normal human beings doing this. Shout out to a girl who wants Tata to scold her, a person who jumped on me, and a person who hugged Mingyu. We actually are very, very thankful for your love and support, okay? I'm not inviting you to jump on us again, but we really... I don't know. I don't have the kind of guts to go and jump on someone to show them my love. So like, as much as we talk about it and joke about it now, that was really a moment to remember because never in my life I think a college girl want to jump on me until that happened, okay? And also, you know, I think Tata herself, I wish I was in that position. Someone asked me to scold them. It is such a golden privilege to have people come up to you and say, Tata, please scold me, you know. I just want everyone to know listening in, we are not coming at this from, we are ungrateful for support. We are so grateful for your support and love. But today's discussion is really about like, okay, inside here, as us as individual and us as a person, how do we navigate this, you know, how do we navigate this on and off switch? Because for us, we have like off hours of work, right? Like what Tata said, like off hours where we just want to chill and do our own thing. But most of the time, it's not that way. We are our face 24/7, and because of the content that we make, right? We try not to put ourselves like celebrities or stuff like that. So, Mingyu, let's say like we kind of want and always want our content to be approachable, and sometimes that borders into real life. So. Really, if all of you are listening to this, it's not that we hate you. We love you so much, but we're just going to share the story because it's something that stood out to us, okay?
I think the reason why I wanted to talk more about this topic with Tata in particular is because Tata and I, we've been on a couple of shoots before, and I think something that me and her have in similar, which actually a lot of our other friends in our circle also have this, is that we are actually 100% real. Like, that's why the jokes that we make, right, is very, very, like, specific to each other. Like, when all of us are together and we start making fun of each other, right, and we laugh, it's because there's truth in the jokes, you know. And so, you know, people like Joseph, Maggie, Jen, you know, everyone, when we do this with each other, it gets quite out of control. But then when we do it on a public platform, I guess that's how people get to know us as well, and the dynamic, right? I think maybe the question is more of, you know, when we live our lives on social media in some sense, right? I know all of us have varying degrees of how much we share who we are and what we feel on a daily basis with the social media sphere. Things get a little bit complicated when people come to you and they only know one side of you. And then maybe to them, that's the only side of Tata or Minghan or Mingyu that matters, right? And I feel like maybe this is where we can talk more about how everyone has different sides to them. And it's also very important for us to remember that we need to be respectful of people's space, you know? Like, I think like the Tata situation, and I mean, having a bad day is definitely, you know, something that people may not be able to tell immediately. But if you're in the toilet peeing like Minghan, definitely you want to be respecting people's spaces, right? What is something that maybe instead of talking about the external so much, right? Let's put it on the internal. What is something that you guys sometimes struggle with when it comes to being, you know, yourself on social media, and also how people may misinterpret who you are and what you're doing and what you're saying? Let's start with Minghan. Then we go to Tata.
I honestly would like to. I don't know. I honestly would say that. I've never set it up where I want to portray a different side of me on social media. And I think I've really kept to that since we started out. But along the way, you know, you learn things I just like to post anything and everything, right? Sometimes, for crying out loud, I just take picture of Starbucks cup and post on my social media. Okay, that's the kind of person I am. I'm really bad at social media, I know, when I started it out. But yeah, that just the only thing that I really can say that stands out to me is just social responsibility, right? Like, you don't want to post anything that's stupid. You don't want to, you know, misuse anything like that. So I would say that if anything, maybe the vibe is just like pretty serious, and I don't really divulge much of my I don't really put it out there in most of my personal life until Haley came about, and I cannot stop spamming, you know, family pictures and stuff like that, because I don't know, maybe it's just a dad thing, right? But I think before that, even like I didn't really post much about my love life until I really proposed to Suyen. Then only I started like posting of like bits and pieces of stuff here and there. So I would say I'm pretty private, but when it comes to like making content and having fun with friends, I love just spamming stuff. I don't really have a barrier for it. Of course, I don't go and, you know, go and post stupid things to condescend and kill people, right? But I mean, Tata, unless you really want me to scold you, then I will do that for you. Just for you, I will post condemning photos for you on Instagram. But it's really more of I guess I'm quite clueless when it comes to Instagram. So I don't have a certain way I want to portray something. If I see something that I like to take a picture of, I'll take a picture of it and I'll put it out there. If I want to photograph one of my friends because I want to try something out, I'll photograph and I'll put it out there. But most importantly, it's not really about what I think about, you know, people out there thinking about it. To me, it's more important that Suyen knows what I'm posting about, like my wife, and I stay accountable to her, and she trusts what I'm doing all the time. So yeah, I don't really live by people's rules on social media at this point. What about you, Mingyu, Tata? Who's next?
Tata, why don't you go first?
Okay, I think this has been my constant struggle since day one, because I am a super, super, super private person. I don't really like to share. Actually, I don't really like to share anything about me on social media. I don't know why.
Right.
But I feel like I treat my social media account as part of my job.
Yeah.
You know, sad to say, I think a lot of clients, they look at your numbers, look at your engagement, to decide whether they want to collaborate with you or not.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for that is my job. That is my job. And I felt like, okay, then I have to keep my social media active. But then what do I share? So I feel like, okay, my USP, USP
what's your
is
USP?
To be fun. To be funny.
To be funny.
To be funny.
Right. So I feel like, okay, then I have to be funny on social media. Yes, I am I am funny, but maybe that it's only 10% of me, of my true self.
Yeah.
And I don't like to share, like, although I did before, I don't like to share about my personal life, my relationship. But I have to share something to connect with my audience, right? To increase my followings, whatever shit.
Yeah.
You're right.
So,
it's always a dilemma. It's a really big dilemma, right? Especially for private people.
Correct. Yeah. And sometimes when you want to talk about something more serious, right?
Yeah.
People will ask you, are you joking or are you serious about this?
Yeah.
So at one point when I just started Tata Studios, I left my previous company. So you know what my previous company did? It's all about jokes and gags, right? So I wanted to transition from being just a funny girl to someone who can talk about serious topics. Because if you ask me, I'm a very serious person. And I want to talk about serious stuff.
100%.
So during the transition, right? Wow, people came up to me and say, "Hey, Tata, why you not funny anymore? Why are you talking about all this serious stuff? So it's a bit boring, eh? So are you serious or are you trying to be funny?" So at that point, right, my teammates would tell me and say, "Hey, Tata, can you don't be so stupid, don't be so silly online since you want to transition to be a serious person." So I was like struggling. I was like, okay, should I go serious 100%? Or should I still be funny? Who am I without the funny Tata part? So it has been my constant struggle. But I've reached a point where now, since I'm doing not just create all stuff, I'm doing also some other production stuff. So I felt like, okay, this is not my only main source of income. So I feel like, okay, you know what? I share when I want to share. I don't want to, create content just for the sake of I want to share something on my IG stories.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Wow.
Yeah,
I love that.
That's for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think honestly, Tata put it in such a good. I feel like you put it so well, right? Even for me, there's I guess more so when you take on funny characters, right? Like myself and Minghan, both of us do quite like funny bits, but I think more so for myself, I gravitate really easily towards the funny characters when it comes to skits and acting and stuff like that. And Tata is also in a very similar position, so that's why maybe we share this very very common trait where it's like on camera is sometimes don't get us wrong, right? Our on camera and off camera is not two different people, right? It's the same person, just that it's two different moments or snapshots, right, of a picture. And that's really who we are, because there are moments where, I mean, with my friends circles that are close and I'm close to, I will always crack jokes, or like, maybe I won't crack jokes. I'll make a lot of snarky statements, and that's how I come across with like the comedy. But even out there, when I'm speaking to people and I have the energy for it, definitely I want people to feel comfortable. I will make jokes and make them laugh, because I realize that laughter is such a powerful tool. But that's not who I am, like maybe 80% of the time, and that's not who Tata is also 80% of the time, right?
Correct. Yes.
90%
I would say.
90% of it, I think, because maybe we've also really had to make this work, right? And for myself and Minghan and the team, having to do this at the start of our sort of the YouTube career, figuring out the serious part behind the funny part is actually a very large part of sorry, just Caleb's like coughing with coffee. I think it was a very big part of when we needed to turn off the sort of like the funny moment, joking around switch, and to be serious and professional with the business, right? And sometimes, even with clients, sometimes that comes across as a very different sort of like, oh, you trying to, trying to be rude lah. Why you not so friendly, But then it's just us trying to be professional, right?
Right. I get that a lot.
Do you sometimes have
from
trouble?
Clients? I would say actually most of the time, where I have my project manager to manage my client stuff for me, but sometimes you have to join the discussion as well. And I get that a lot, like, wow, is that you, Tata? Like, I didn't expect you to be this serious and professional when it comes to work. And I'm like, huh? So you want me to be like, hey, what's up, mate? Today we're going to talk about what? Hey, it's where? You guys are where? I mean, that's just a small part of me that you see on social media. Right. And I get that a lot, like, I go out for events and stuff. I think Ming, you also, you get the same thing. Hey, why you not so funny, man?
Mingyu went through a whole season where he was trying to, he did a funny thing for like 3 years, right? And then there was this season where he was trying to transition to more serious stuff, and like people would just like how do we like don't lie lah, Mingyu, come on lah, where's the funny stuff, right? So I think Mingyu is quite in the same place as where you are, because I don't know, when you're known as comedy, like a comedy personality, right? Like especially when you meet clients and clients also see your videos, it's very hard for them to like snap out of like a serious from what you are on screen, because they also expecting the same person to come and meet them.
But what I would do is I would actually like slowly I don't know if educate is the right word, but I will slowly show them that is just a small part of me. I also understand that it is hard for people to digest sometimes. Like, this is, I know you as the funny Tata. So now we are talking about business. Oh, okay, I need some time to switch.
But
it's true.
I gotta say though, like, if anything, for me also, it is actually quite an opportunity to be around people who, like for example, for clients, right? I think something that's really worked is that because they're more loosened up when you're there compared to other people, right? I feel that like along the way, along these years, the biggest learning experience for me was being able to use that to benefit or like to have a better relationship with clients. Because if not, right, usually a lot of clients are just very stern, right? In all their meetings, they're just like stern, everywhere stern. But because of comedy, because of humor, we have a small small ability. We have a small ability to really see them as people first instead of client. And I think that is really where the magic comes in. Not just for clients, but for people as well. And it's been pretty interesting lah, to be honest. But you're right. It's always a struggle getting people to be serious. And and especially when you don't have a manager like Mingyu and I, you have to be the blunt of it. Then that's why people come up and Tata say, wow, you blackface me, man, you don't want to work with me, that kind of thing, right? It's very hard for us to say no. It's very hard for us to say like, don't do this, don't do that, because people are expecting you to be just like, okay, it's on, let's go, that kind of thing, That's what I feel lah. I mean,
I think there's something that I feel. I don't know, like when we talk about these things, right? It's not, again, like Minghan said earlier on. It's not to be like, oh, you don't know who we are, don't come and disturb us. It's not that. I think maybe it's more of like the power of humor and laughter, of sharing a laugh, right? Is such a beautiful thing. And even even if I think about moments where I meet new people, right, I will want to put them at ease, to not make it awkward, right? I will always use humor and laughter as a connection point. But also because of that, there is such a disconnect sometimes with people when you meet them for the first time, and then there's always something that you feel like, which part of me have you sort of like gotten to know? Were you watching my videos right before the meeting and then you assume I'm this person? Or, do I see Tata as a businesswoman who has a team and a company who's coming in to help me with some work, And it's never only one. And I think this one is something that we also cannot control in life, because that's who we are as people, not just as these, creators, right? But as a person in your life, because you have friends and people know you from social media, there's going to be a time, whoever's listening to this, right, you guys have definitely come across somebody who's already known you before they known you, right? And I think maybe before we move into the next part of the podcast, there's something that, the team pulled up. On Tata's bio, it says, stay real, right? Tata, I can say that for you, right? Like, staying real, like, okay, your funny moments and your serious moments are both 100% real.
Yes, correct.
Right?
But I choose to show you what I want to show you on my social media. But that is also a 100% real part of me. It is not something that I've scripted before I post. You know what I mean? Like, it is part of me. It is still real, but that is not 100% of me, You know what I mean?
I know, I get it, because again, like for like when we make videos, right, it's sometimes a character, or it's sometimes what is necessary for the video, right?
Yes, yeah. But sometimes I do share I do share my personal views on my social media. That is also a real part of me, lah.
Yeah.
So because some people they share the not so real part of them on social media. You know what I mean? Like for example, they will pretend like, oh, this car is mine, but actually it's not mine. So that is what I meant, like fake. And I don't do that, lah. That's why in my bio I say stay real.
Stay real. That's the most gangster thing you can put in your IG, Tata. Like, stay real. Peace.
There's a lot of moments for me when my staying real is that I just don't talk, or I just won't talk about it. And that's why my Instagram, right? Like, I've come to a point maybe in life now that I'm so okay not posting up Instagram posts for like a week or 2 weeks, or like, update my Instagram stories every hour or every day. Like I am truly, truly bad at social media, because to me it's just like it's not what my life revolves around. And sometimes but that's the thing also. Like, if I feel like sharing what I'm eating, I will share it. If I don't, then I just won't.
Yeah, correct. Yeah. I think because you have better things to do in life. Not saying that those who are very active on social media, they don't have better things to do. It is just that I feel like that is their main source of like income. Because for you and Minghan, you guys have like other things to do for real. You have like business. Some people are just being influencer as their main job, which is not wrong.
Right. But there was also a time where we had to pivot from that, because we didn't always have this, right? When we started out, it was just us in the back room of a house making videos. So I would say that, I mean, it is possible to do. It is possible to do this without faking it. It is absolutely fine as well to do it without faking it. We've never really paraded ourselves around with bling bling and LV and Prada. We only go there if there's like an event, right? And I don't think Mingyu. Sorry. So
I think that's because you guys, you know that your content will actually please your audience, not your personal life. But a lot of people, a lot of influencers, they would do anything to please their audience. You know what I mean? Like some people, their audience like to see when they brag or show off about their atas life. So they have to constantly put up the atas life. Yeah. But it is not possible to always live the atas life unless you are super rich lah. So they want to please their audience, and that's what they have to do. That is their job. That's their career. And I find that damn tiring.
Yeah, I like what you said about stay real though, because I think what a lot of influencers, like maybe the influencers these days or people who are doing this need to understand about this, right, is when you start taking pictures of the Lambo and the LV and the, Louis Vuitton, right, and you portray your life like that, right, your audience only wants more of that. Right? That's why they follow you. Then new people come and follow you because of that, right? And if you don't upkeep that image, you will lose these followers. So you start, you don't realize that you put yourself into this circle where, crap, I continuously need to take a picture of a certain quality. I need to pose with certain things, right? And you set a very unreal standard for your life, and then you find yourself very stressed. Right? Yeah. So like I think Mingyu and I, Mingyu is even more hardcore. He got nothing to post, he won't post one. Literally, I think I seen Mingyu's account not post anything for 2 months before, 3 months before, if not longer, right? But that's the standard. Like for real, if one day I feel like using the front camera, I'll use my front camera. If one day I want to take picture of a plastic bag, I'll take picture of a plastic bag, And I think that when you have that very real connection with your audience, right? They are able to follow you very genuinely, very real. Yes. And when you have actually things to celebrate about, they will understand that, wow, you this is a celebration. This is not you flexing. This is like, a good thing. But maybe that's my opinion lah. That's why I think staying real really helps, man. If not, you just dig yourself in the hole you cannot get out of, or it's going to be really hard to get out of.
Correct.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're going to move on into some of the questions that we got yesterday, both on Instagram from some of you, as well as the Takeaway Discord server, which is very active. So if you guys are not a part of that, I don't know what you're doing. The first question and assumption we basically asked for you guys is to give us an assumption that you think about Minghan, Tata, or myself. And this is what Pew Pew Girl has given, and then we'll maybe just talk very quickly whether it's true or false and why it's true or false, all right? So Pew Pew Girl's first assumption is Tata is a very happy-go-lucky girl.
No.
True or
Not
false,
true.
Tata?
False.
Okay, why?
Actually, I'm still wondering what's my definition of happiness. Still a work in progress.
She's not even
Right.
trying to joke, guys. This is something that me and her talked about last week. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think the fact that people assume that I'm a very happy-go-lucky girl actually makes me sad a bit.
Tata,
Okay,
why?
hey, Tata, don't be sad, okay? Tata, I assume that you're just messed up most of the time. I don't assume you're happy. You know, I'm real. I stay real. I stay real, stay you.
Wow.
Don't worry, Tata. If ever you
Okay,
want
thank
depressed, we can just depress together, okay? Does that make you happy? Yeah. Nah, that's real happiness.
Yes.
Now that's
That's good. That's good. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna move on to Minghan. Minghan. Okay, so this one, Minghan, you just tell us true or false or what you
Oh,
think
boy.
about it. All right. Her
Yeah.
her assumption is Minghan gives out a very stern vibe.
I don't know. I maybe like, you know, have an automatic black face. Or like just sometime when I got nothing to talk, I don't mind not talking one. So maybe that's why. But I don't know, I've heard this before from our interns in our team as well, right? Like
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true.
Yeah, it's true. I agree.
yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's my face lah. Ayo guys. You see, I make my profile picture Peppa Pig also, people still think I'm stern with Neo.
I don't know.
Hello.
I think it's maybe you have your moments like when you want to talk to people, then you're warm and friendly. Most of the time, then you just like walking
Yeah, it's
around
called,
like a
guys,
zombie.
it's called fatigue, guys. I have to take care of a 2-year-old kid most of the time, you know. So it's just pure tiredness. It's not that I don't like you. Just saying.
Okay.
For
And Ming Yu,
myself, yeah,
You are more easily. Ming Yu is assumed to be more easily approachable compared to Ming Han. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
I mean, this one is.
But
people just feel it.
the secret is Ming Yu wants to be alone more than me. 100%.
It's true.
Yeah.
Is it?
1000%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I anytime if people walk into my house, I will lion you one. I got no problem one actually. But I
But
I
does
think
that
Ming Yu needs
make you
like,
tired?
sorry.
Does that make you tired?
Yes.
Lion people.
That's why my face is like this.
Okay, wow. We're gonna move on to the next bunch of assumptions. This one comes from Alyssa, aka Mini Soda. We'll start with Minghan this time. This one says Minghan says he's quite laid back, but I feel it's because he either adapts really well or has a contingency plan for everything.
Oh,
Like he's the man in the chair, you know. So are you quite laid back,
Wow.
or do you actually have a contingency plan for everything, man?
I think growing up, dad and mom always scold me that I have a tidak apa attitude, right? So laid back is actually, I always thought it was a weakness to be laid back. Because you know lah, Chinese culture, right? You always must have a plan, right? And you know, you must always be doing something, right? So to be honest, in this industry, it's a strength to be laid back, I think. Because it makes me very flexible, especially when you need to do something. I'm really not rigid in doing stuff. If I want to do something, I will probably have like thought of 7 or 10 different ways of doing it. So the contingency plan thing, okay, this is pretty scary. No one has actually called this out before. I don't have contingency plans. It's just that I never have one way I want to do it. I will have several. And of course, I have one way that I prefer. It's just that, yeah, wow, Mini Soda, you're a bit scary, Elisa. I need to talk to you for a while.
This is really good,
Who
honestly.
tell you this? I gotta send some people to your house. Who is this? this no, I'm kidding. I don't have any people.
Tata's one is even better. Like, I think this one is crazy. So Alyssa, aka Mini Soda, says, I feel like Tata has been through some shit, which is why she's so funny and charismatic. In my experience, people who are lighthearted and fun have experienced a lot in life. I could be totally wrong, and she could just be lit AF, you know. Tata,
Ouch!
what do you feel?
I need to
think it's really-
off the
really,
camera
really
for a while.
true.
I need to cry. I think it's true. I think it's I don't know. Actually, honestly, I don't think I'm funny, you know. But
Are you?
shit, man, everybody keep telling me I'm funny.
Yeah.
I think that's my coping mechanism, you know.
You
Honestly,
cannot accept the compliment.
Compliment? Is this a compliment?
Yeah,
Being funny?
it's not easy to be funny. You got see people not
is
try
it?
their best, but really cannot one, jialat one. But yeah.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I think. Yeah. I agree with her. I've been through some shit.
I think so. I think in general, people who are funny, like I agree with you, maybe to some extent, since a young stage, it was always either a defense or coping mechanism. And I think it's the same for me as well.
Yeah, like you don't want people to feel unhappy. Because that's what you felt before.
So that's why people think I'm stern. I really don't care. like
Minghan doesn't care what you feel.
Yeah, I don't have this need, right? You know, when people are quiet around you, like I don't feel the need to like lighten the room. You get what I mean? Like I feel like, you know, but it's not in a bad way. I always feel like if you're tired or if you quiet, I feel that maybe you're tired, like I don't disturb you lah. Or maybe you're going through something, I don't make fun of it, then I just don't.
Oh, okay, then I have a question. What do you guys think about people who can't stand awkward silence and always have to try their best to do small
say
talks?
Something? Then I will layan, no? If they initiate it, I will layan. But I'm not going to be the one that like, hey.
Right.
Yo. I'm the kind of guy, right? If you're in my car and I don't on the radio, I'm okay with it, you know. We will just sit in silence.
Me too.
Yeah.
But I cannot tahan. I cannot tahan if people want to try to say something to fill up the silence.
I will try one day with you, Tata.
I cannot. I think there are more people who can't stand awkward silence than people who can stand.
Yeah, of course.
Definitely, yeah.
Ming Yu's got hella charisma. Like, you could probably be a cult leader if you wanted to.
Wow.
Oh
what
my
do you
God.
think, Ming?
Alyssa has very, very good assumptions, or maybe just kind of like observations. For me, I think charisma, or at least how I use it, it's a switcher. Like you can choose to be when you want to be. And really at the end of the day, my whole deal is that there's always a pattern to everything. So it's always easier to understand someone or something when you understand the pattern. That's how I operate. And
Ming Yu is a salesman, okay? He will make you buy something you don't want to buy. That's the charisma, okay? But cult leader, 100%. You see the cult that he formed on Discord already? It's called the Chow Chi Miao Club.
Oh my God, everyone's saying it on Discord.
I don't know
it's
what's
crazy.
happening, but it's happening. Man.
Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next set of assumptions. This one I like this one. This one, Jet from Discord server has given an on video and in real life sort of professionally sort of standpoint, right? So let's go through a very quick rapid fire one. First one is Minghan on video will control a bit. Minghan in real life is actually quite chill.
Oh, not bad. I would say
true. I think it's
80% accurate. Yeah.
Okay, for myself, Mingyu is an all-out kind of guy in video, in real life, professionally, serious AF. Yes, I actually agree with this one. I think it's quite true. Tata, same as Mingyu, all-out kind of person, in real life, serious AF.
Serious
true or
AF.
not?
Yes, accurate.
100%.
I love it. It's damn true. Next assumption comes from Brian, Abang Brian, and this one is Tata is a workaholic. Before she answers, my answer is yes.
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 Okay,
Tata,
done.
you need to take a break, Tata.
Yeah, when I get to take a break.
When?
You don't say that. We say that until now also we haven't taken break, okay?
Oh shoot.
When? You need to plan.
You need to plan your breaks. I'm serious.
I'm solo ranger, bro.
Cannot. That means we have to beat your team already. Everyone come, we're going to smack them one by one. Okay, the next
since
one... yes, go ahead, Mian.
Since you solo together lah, come lah. The Tata thing lah, might as well lah at this point.
Hey, together merge lah.
Wow.
Hey.
Okay, so simple.
Moving on.
Shake hand. Next one is from the hot and fluffy guy. Tata is the class clown during her school years. Ooh, this one I don't know. Were you Tata?
Ooh. Yes. I was very famous back then, okay? Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Wow. All throughout, since primary school to high school, I think, and college and uni?
Yes. No. College, no. College is the time where I have finally seen the reality of world.
You seen shit lah?
Yeah.
That's where I went.
You know, primary school and secondary school, people they don't have bad intentions, mostly.
Yeah. No, I don't. I don't know what you think about primary school. I seen the shit of the world already.
What?
I saw a guy I saw 6 years old. I saw a guy get stabbed in the back in the alleyway.
That's not true.
Yeah. Then the thief, the robber throw the knife at me and I catch the knife and I had to chase him. And then I couldn't chase him. That was
Are you
bad.
serious or joking?
This is obviously very real. Next one is Elisate.109. Tata would fight a 12-year-old without zero
What?
hesitation.
No.
True or false?
False.
Sure, bro. I feel like you whack them more.
Sure. No.
Without hesitation.
Let's say,
No lah, she
let's
was quite
say-
nice.
Yeah, let's
She
say got
remember
12-year-old come up to you and then like, scold me. You will scold or not?
No, I will,
won't
I will
scold
hug,
leh.
I will hug this kid and say, what happened?
You both know you're lying lah. Elisa, let's just take
my
it. Tata wouldn't fight a 12-year-old. She would flying drop kick the 12-year-old without hesitation.
Correct.
Okay.
12-year-old or 90-year-old also, she will do the same.
No,
difference.
no.
All right,
no.
guys.
My wig, yeah.
As we wrap up the podcast, right, I think I want to ask, right, do you guys feel like you have to live up to the expectations of your followers or your fans or whoever you follow online? Do you sometimes feel like you have the pressure to live up to that?
No.
Not at all.
be fast.
I
At
think-
this point, I don't care already.
Oh, at this point, I think we're in a really different circle. I guess for us three, that we are at a place where I think no lah. When you do this kind of thing, when you feel like you have an expectation to live up to, I feel like you create an image of yourself that's not real. So no, I personally don't. You guys?
Tata, you
You?
said no,
I
is it?
said-
Just straight away
Yeah,
no.
I say no. No, I don't really
I
care.
love it. Yeah.
I appreciate the followers, but you have to like me for me lah. I feel like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For me,
I mean,
this
you-
has been something that I think I've been. Sometimes I worry about it. Sometimes like maybe do I need to be more social influencer, more social active, right? Socially active. But then I think about actually creating the content I want to make on like social media, or like what am I sharing? What do I want to make? And I realized that you know what? I'm just going to do what I like to do, because at the end of the day, if I'm not happy with what I'm doing, right, then what was the point of all of it? So I guess maybe I'm very similar to Minghan and Tata as well. I'm just like, if it doesn't, Marie Kondo puts it very well. If it doesn't give you joy, right, stop doing it. Just throw it away.
Correct. Agree.
Not unreal.
Guys, let's end the podcast with sharing an experience of meeting somebody who you've thought was famous or big or popular, and then they turn out to be different than what you thought. Whether good or bad, I think this is a good story to tell.
Ooh.
I'll tell a very fast one because I might need to run off to get something from the door.
Okay.
My favorite one would be Mark Ruffalo, who plays the Hulk. And Ming and I met him a couple of years back for the junket at Thor Ragnarok in Sydney. And he was so nice because I know he flew in like literally the night before, and then he had to wake up early, and he was doing a bunch of interviews back to back with like press from all over the sea region. And Mika and I were like one of the last ones throughout the session. And he was so nice. He took the time to talk to us. We make jokes. He gave us more time than was given. And even on the red carpet, he remembered our names and he would shout, "Hey, it's the Mings," So yeah, Mark Ruffalo's a cool guy. Okay, I need to collect stuff. You guys continue.
Tata, what about you? Your experience meeting someone that you know was famous, that was completely different to what you think?
Honestly, I don't have, so I can't share any experience.
Really, man? Like any of your idol lah, celebrity you look up to lah, people you work forward with?
No,
Look forward with?
this is quite interesting. I don't look up to anybody.
Wow.
It's not that I'm ego or what. I just feel like I want to do things at my own pace and way lah. I don't have anyone that I
Right.
look up to. Right.
So you've never met like a singer that you like or an actor that you like, that kind of thing?
No.
Wow. You don't have any like favorite celebrity one?
Not really, eh? I mean, I
Oh my
enjoy their
God.
music and arts, but I don't have like a favorite. You know?
For some reason,
What
I
about-
feel like there is sure got one. I cannot remember only your example now. Aiyo,
Maybe. What about you?
Okay lah, last chance.
How about the time
Yeah.
when you meet me, Tata? I'm sure you're such a big fan.
Like that, lor.
Wow, thanks.
Oh my gosh. I don't know. I think we've been very fortunate to meet like amazing people, right? Like one of the best, two, for me, the top two, definitely one was Mark Marflo. Top three. The second was Chris Hemsworth. Like, this guy is just nice. Right?
Really? Wow.
Yeah, he freaking hugged me until my body almost lift up the floor, okay? Just saying, I have video evidence somewhere, okay?
Wow.
And Benedict Cumberbatch. Benedict Cumberbatch is everything that you think he is. Seriously, like just all around nice guy.
I'm having goosebumps, man.
But I definitely met people who are not even as famous as them. So we look up to, or like we watch on TV. Turn out to be very different than what we thought lah.
Right.
So definitely got lah, both sides of the coin. Just very interesting lah. I wouldn't say it's disappointing. It's just like,
okay.
I see. I come lah.
Right.
Then I go to my Instagram and then I change my description to stay real, be real. Tata 2021,
Yeah, and you unfollowed those people.
Actually, it's true. I also unfollow everything. So
Right.
But to be honest, I don't even follow Benedict Cumberbatch on IG anyway.
Oh, okay.
That is that. So
all right.
That is it for the episode. Is Mingyu back at his recording station?
You guys are going to have such a funny podcast because like I've got people here setting up a sofa and I'm still recording squatting on the floor. So it's crack, man. I love this episode. But just want to say thank you so much, Tata, for spending your morning and afternoon with us. We need to do this again because of the latency. I know it's not ideal, but let's do this again when we can shoot, for real.
Yes, please. Thank you.
And for everyone else who's watching this, Minghan, I feel like it'd be better for you to do a proper closing, to think about who we are in real life and online. I'm just going to cut my camera now because this is just ridiculous, guys.
Okay. Tata, thanks so much for joining us today. I mean, this was like a bit, surface level sharing about being real, about who you are and everything. Do you have... I mean, from your experience, if there is a little girl that came up to you that say, Tata, you're my role model, I really want to do what you're doing, what's a word of advice you would give to her?
Stay true to yourself, just be yourself, and people who like you will like you for you.
Stay real, be real, real road. That's Tata's motto, real road all the way home.
Yes.
For real, guys, I think, again, thank you to everyone who supported us. We're not talking about this because we're ungrateful. We're just sharing our experiences being human beings as well. We absolutely love you guys. We are so thankful for all the support you gave. And we just ask for forgiveness if, sometimes we are blackface, like, Tata standing at the, outside the shop. It's just sometimes we got tired days also, correct?
Yes.
We actually, Tata really want to kiss you one, but, no strength.
I want to hug you, kiss you, go into the room and stuff like that.
Okay, this one is also considered something only Tata can do, but I cannot. No, not me. Everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. Stay safe, stay sane. Please don't spread fake news. Wash your hands. Stay at home. Take the vaccine when it comes out. Tata, word of, do your sign off. How do you wrap up your episode?
Stay real, bro. Thank you.
Thanks for watching, guys. Give us a follow, tag us if you're listening, and we'll see you next time.
Tata.